How you doing today, Brother Cliff?
Oh, I'm doing a lot better today, considering the things that are going on in Black America and I guess you could say Black cyberspace. But I wanted to talk today about Mr. Julius Malema,
Okay.
the third party parliamentary setup in South Africa, where Mr. Malema founded the EFF, which is the Economic Freedom Fighters, back in 2013 in South Africa.
Wow.
And his mindset, and basically his party is fundamentally behind nationalizing this land that was taken by farmers,
What's the
white colonialists, before when they went into South Africa and established apartheid. Now that all of that is over, so to speak, and theoretically, and underscore the word theoretically, that the South African government is in black hands. But at any rate,
what's that
last
term
week,
called again? Expropriation
expropriation. And
of
he's going to
land
basically take the land back, nationalize it, if you will, in my terms,
without
and
compensation.
without
Compensation, yeah.
And that's what he plans to do.
Okay.
Now, recently, I'm thinking last week, last Thursday or Friday, President Trump tweeted and chimed in about the actions that Mr. Malema is
Right.
taking, and other African leaders of several countries on the continent of Africa as well. What I want to get across to people, particularly black men in general, this black man sets the standard, sets the example, with the exception of maybe Minister Louis Farrakhan in this country, but he's 84 years old, Minister Farrakhan.
Right.
Mr. Malema responded to President Trump's ridiculous tweets.
Mm.
And basically, and I saw the video that Phil of the Advise Show posted. Mr. Malema, quite frankly, from what I remember from the video, and all of the brothers need to see this, I'm not afraid of Trump. Great Britain, the UK, or any other person, we are moving ahead with the plans that we have.
Right.
And I'm paraphrasing, this is our country. Everybody else mind your own damn business.
Mm.
And he even added, I don't have time for nonsense.
Wow.
He's counted the cost. He even said if death is going to be part of it, we would not like to go there.
Right.
And as I'm sitting here listening to this man, I couldn't help but think, like I sent my response to all of you and my particular tight microcosm of my supporters who believe and follow me, you being one of them.
Right.
I could not think of one black man in America with any type of influence in any leadership role, whether it's coming from the black church, the Congressional Black Caucus, Black Lives Matter, you name it, with Malema's sense of conviction. I'm not afraid of Trump or anybody else. This
Right.
is our country. We're doing what we're going to do. I don't know how many examples I could use
Right.
to explain the weakness of black men that we have in this country. And then we had a smorgasbord of black clergy go up a couple of weeks ago
Oh yeah. Pastors.
to kiss the hand of Donald Trump.
Photo op. That's all that was.
We've had we could go on and on. We've had a historically black college president from my hometown of Atlanta, Morehouse. When they went up there about a year ago to do what they needed to do for historically black college funding,
Right.
he saw that it was a game being played, and he made a statement when he got back to Atlanta. I thought we got played,
Oh, he said that.
and they removed him.
Yes, I remember that.
But the interesting thing is, not one of his colleagues, I didn't hear anything from another historically black college president.
Right.
And that's just one example. There are millions of them in this country. So when I'm listening to Julius Malema
Mm-hmm.
and what he was putting down and the way he was saying it, how he's counted the cost, He even made a couple of statements referring to genocide that's being conducted over here in our own country. And he
Yeah.
also made a statement with being prepared. I don't know if they were Jewish people or not. In other
Yeah, he
articles, it
said
might have been, but
Israeli were training
he was
the
well
white
aware.
South African farmers to become snipers.
He's aware of that, and he basically said, in my terms, bring it.
Bring it on.
That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. But we're moving ahead.
And you
Everybody
know,
else mind your business. I love that.
And now
we don't have one black man in America who even comes close to this man. So, black men, particularly those of you in quote unquote so-called positions of influence, take a fucking lesson from Julius Malema and grow some fucking balls.
You know what, man? In this country is a big fear about death. And I think we as a people, if you already have your back against the wall where basically your people are being annihilated, you shouldn't even be worried about that. You should be worried about finding ways to secure your family, finding ways to get together with other people who are facing the same problem and deal with it.
We're crab in a barrel within our own community, and
the problems is too many, man.
And we want to have a seat at their table so much on the other half of our brain.
That's the biggest problem there.
That's the move forward and excel until a young group, and we all know what I'm about,
right?
With young black males of Empowerment for Tomorrow, that 14 to 19-year-old age group,
right?
Where we have to plant seeds of growth, maturity, and independence, and do what we need to do to turn the black community around.
In all fairness, do you think what they're trying to do in South Africa is fair? Coming from your perspective, we know what Julius Malema and Cyril Ramaphosa and the rest of them are saying. We're looking from the outside. Do you think it's fair as to what they're trying to do?
Absolutely, because what was done to them has been unfair.
Okay.
America needs to man, don't get me started on that.
No,
but yeah, you asked the question. Of course, I don't think it's unfair.
Right.
They're doing what they need to do, because I damn guarantee you, if they try to negotiate their way into it, let me see, how well has that gone for any people of Negroid origin in the diaspora,
right,
when they're trying to negotiate something with white Anglo-Saxons?
It never works.
It never works.
It never fucking works. Oh, sorry about the cussing, y'all. But that just got me heated. But another thing is the redistribution of the land. As far as South Africa is saying, they're just not gonna just take the land from everybody and not give white people land at all. They're gonna have land, just the same amount of land as black people will have it. They're just not gonna have 90 or 70 some percent or however high ass number of the farmland. It's not gonna be that.
It's not gonna be unbelievably disproportionate.
Exactly.
Like everything is, because they took it by force.
They took it by force. So they're gonna.
And another thing we need to be aware of: Fox News, Trump, these colonizer mindsets. They would love to fan the flames,
of course,
of black farmers in South Africa, black people the savages hell-bent on killing every white person, as if that could even be done.
Right.
Malema is going to handle business and do what he needs to do.
Right.
And I trust, at a minimum, you won't have a bunch of shenanigans.
You will not.
But
they're not going to bring war to that country. That country is.
I think the overall mindset, though, of this video is look at the man's conviction,
right,
man, and how he's not backing down from anybody. And I don't have time to get into it now, but once again, you see I'm white and I say so, and you're going to get Pompeo to look into something.
Oh yes.
You know what, Trump, Pompeo, in America, you've got enough issues to handle right here at home with this knucklehead we have
Right,
called the President of the United States, number 45.
man.
Malema's right. Handle your business.
Business,
We're
yeah.
handling ours. Who the hell are you?
We got
This is our country.
hundreds of people being shot in Chicago and other places, and nobody's saying anything about
There's
it.
about 140
You
people
know,
in the last 2 weeks that were
right?
shot in the weekend, and this is another thing. Haven't really heard one black leader of any
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
influence or substance, and you won't hear any black leader saying anything to help or shore up
Right,
the mindset of what Malema's doing in South Africa too.
that's crazy.
We're about as pathetic as it
That
gets.
is crazy, man.
Yeah, that was my thing.
You know,
I'm
but
very inspired by what he was saying and his mindset, and I'm thinking, we have no black men in this country at all who would even come close to what Malema and his mindset is about on handling things for his people.
right, and you know what? I've heard Tariq Nasheed and Cynthia G and some other people say it's good to control the narrative. Basically, we have to tell these stories because if we depend on news stations like Fox News and whatever, we're never really gonna get the full truth. We're never even gonna hear
Where's that
half
going
of.
to come from?
Yes.
When we've done videos before that I've basically explained we don't even own our own voice. The Tom
Exactly.
Joyner and Steve Harvey morning shows
Oh Lord.
are owned by white media,
Right.
as far as I can tell. And even stalwart institutions like the Johnson family, who owned Ebony and Jet magazine,
Right.
it's pretty much understood that Chase Manhattan Bank owns them. We literally have no black-owned voice in mainstream, what I've kind of coined mainstream black America.
Right. Do you think with the Tom Joyner show and Steve Harvey show, do you think that their stakeholders basically, some of them are actually Democrats, some of them are liberal, but do you think they kind of play it safe so they don't want to ignite the conservatives?
What do you think, Mr.
I mean,
Wilson?
I really think that's basically
I think that's one of a myriad of things
Right.
that they do.
you know
Because at the end of the day, empowering our people,
right.
best damn believe is not even at the core of anything with
mm.
what we're talking about now in our
Right.
media and our news in print and or in visual, because we are so hell bent on not wanting to upset the apple cart. So
Right.
we'll be pacifist and play along just to get along.
Because you're gonna lose some sponsors and
Who gives a damn?
Yeah, I'm
As
saying-
Malema would say.
right, but that's the mindset of these guys collecting checks. I'm gonna lose sponsors. I'm gonna lose my money. I'm gonna, and we see what happened to Roland Martin, and now what is he doing now? I think he's on somebody's radio show, but it's just the same
It's
thing.
pathetic. Black
over and
men
over.
get a grip and take a point from Julius
Malema.
Malema.